Welcome back to Saturday Agenda. I'm Joe Pinion. Well, 35 years ago this week, the Soviet Union tried to cover up a massive nuclear disaster. But Ronald Reagan, he was no fool, and he came to the rescue. America's president helped uncover the Soviet Union's concealment and worked on a number of nuclear treaties to move us to a more peaceful future. I want to bring in Doug Wead, presidential historian, former advisor to President Bush, and the author of Inside Trump's White House. Afternoon to you. Take us inside Reagan's fight to uncover really what happened at Chernobyl, that nuclear disaster that shook the world.
Yes, Reagan became very upset with the secrecy, the nature of communism, and he gave a speech in Tokyo at the G7 conference and said, "Why are you hiding this? Why won't you let our scientists in? This has gone beyond your borders. This is affecting Sweden and other countries." I could almost hear Reagan today take on communist China and the Wuhan virus. Right. Why are you doing this? Why does President Joe Biden not send in scientists now to Wuhan and let's find out what happened and how it spread? Why are we refinancing the WHO, and which backs China and speaks their message? Reagan was very frustrated. I think he'd be frustrated today as well.
You talk about that famous confrontation, Ronald Reagan famously saying peace through strength. How did that strength through crisis help actually form the backbone of that relationship with Reagan and Gorbachev that ultimately led to us having the type of prosperity we enjoy today?
Yeah, that broke the back of communism, and the leftists in America, the communists in America, who have made quite a comeback in recent years, were shocked at how the whole Soviet Union just collapsed because it was economically unsound. And Joe, that's why a lot of them now are moving to a cultural war. The conclusion of the communists is it doesn't work economically unless you take over culturally. And that's what we're experiencing here in the United States. It's quite a phenomenon.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because, again, when you look at it from that perspective, this notion that they move from this is what we're promising you to a message that actually focuses on the emotions of people to distract them from the fact that what was promised has not been delivered. What are the lessons that we can glean from what Reagan was able to do to break the back of communism, to fight communism today? About 30 seconds.
Well, he called communism, he said, you know, a communist, there's someone who reads Lenin and Marx. And you know, an anti-communist, that's someone who understands Lenin and Marx. He would be outraged at the universities that don't allow free speech. And he'd be saying to Joe Biden right now, go to the border, let the media go to the border. Quit hiding, open up society and let us see it and let us have free speech.
All right, Doug Wead, always a pleasure, my friend. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Joe.
And Doug Wead, your excellent service in government at the White House and in the private sector.
I think it'll depend a lot on the president. And I went into the Oval Office and Barbara was there. Jared Kushner said to me, and I've seen that all through history, they want cheap labor.
And I mean really behind the scenes, but Doug is respected by everybody. So he had access to everybody.